people who remained in Hanlon's office after office hours yesterday. So if you don't know the background of that, there were a group of people who signed up to attend Hanlon's office hours at 4 p.m. yesterday, and we went into his office and we presented him with a modified version of the Freedom Budget, which is just a form asking for Hanlon's opinion, simply his opinion. So we had check boxes with every single point of the Freedom Budget, and we asked Hanlon to tell us if he either strongly disagrees to strongly agrees to each point. And Hanlon, just like all of us, can give our opinion. He can give his opinion. And so along with that, we're asking also for things that Hanlon as an individual can do to help us start enacting the changes that were listed in the Freedom Budget. We're not looking for the problems in the Freedom Budget to be solved overnight or next week or even by the end of this academic year. We know that it's going to take time, but we also know that Hanlon he has a strong say in what happens, and his opinion really does matter because he gives the final check on everything, on all decisions made here. So we presented Hanlon with this list, asking for his opinion, and he refused to give us his opinion. He walked out and people remained in his office, and we're waiting there until Hanlon gives us his opinion. So this morning, Parkhurst opened up at 7 a.m. and people went into the building. Throughout the day, rules have been changing. At first, people were allowed to go inside of Hanlon's office, so we were in there. Then they told us that we had to leave, or else we'd be in violation of college policy and we would be trespassing. And so some of us left who weren't willing to take that risk or who were unable to do so for other reasons. And so some people went inside of Hanlon's reception area because, that's open to the public throughout the weekdays, every day. So people were sitting in there. They told us at first 5 people at a time could wait inside. Then they changed the rules on us. Now, or I guess an hour ago, it was that people had to give their ID number and their name if they wanted to enter into that room. Also, if you wanted to enter Hanlon's room, because they opened that up again after they shut us out, you could do that as well. Now, they close the entire building. Now, Parkhurst doesn't close at 3 p.m. So why do you think that they have changed the rules on us? Anyway, the Freedom Budget, in all, is asking for a large shift in the rules. We're living by the rules of white supremacy every day on this campus. We are living by the rules of heterosexism. We're living by so many rules that make Dartmouth a place that's violent and just unhealthy and unfriendly for so many people. And I'm sure there are people who feel like Dartmouth is a great place. That's great for you, but it's also important to recognize and realize that the problems and issues faced by students and faculty and staff every day on this campus are real. If you don't understand them, you can ask us. I might not talk to you personally because I can't talk to everybody, but there are so many of us who understand these things, and maybe we don't understand them fully, but we can work through these things together. And all we're asking again is for Hanlon's opinion. So I thought this protest could enter into this building because the building was not supposed to close at 3 p.m. But now we're going to have to change things up. And they just told us this in the last, 5 minutes before 3 o'clock, so I didn't come up with any new plan. We can chant, we can sing, we can dance, we can march. I don't know.
What are we protesting for? A response. When do we want it? Now! What do we want? A response! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? A response! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? A response! And when do we